Am I the asshole for disinviting my daughter to Thanksgiving when she won't host Thanksgiving? In our family, holidays are rotated. So one person hosts the 4th of July, another hosts Christmas, and another hosts Thanksgiving, etc. This way, no one is constantly hosting, and it makes it fair for everyone. This post is about my middle daughter, Clara. Clara has always been skipping her host duties. When it gets to her, she has an excuse why she can't host. It ranges, but usually goes along the lines of stress or she is too busy. This results in other family members to pick up her holiday. It is frustrating, and multiple people have talked to her about this. She bailed on hosting Easter, but promised me that she would do Thanksgiving, so we swapped holidays. At the time, I made it very clear she needed to stay true to her word, and if she dumped it on someone else, she wouldn't be going to Thanksgiving. It usually gets dumped on me. Anyway, I called her asking if she wanted me to bring dessert board for Thanksgiving. She told me that she could not host because she just moved into her home. She moved in July, and it was too messy to host. I told her she could clean since it was a few weeks away. She told me she can't. I know the other kids can't host. Well, one could, but she is doing Christmas, and it's not fair for her at all. I informed everyone it would be at my place this year. I also informed everyone that Clara is not invited this year to Thanksgiving. Clara was pissed when I told her that, and we got into a huge argument. She thinks I am a big jerk. My other kids are split. 2 of them are happy since they are tired of picking up her slack when this happens, while the others think that it's too far. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I kind of think so. First off, how many kids does she have? But, like, here's my thing. I just don't. You're the parent and you're telling your kid that they need to host everybody. I just don't really think that's fair. You're like, in our family, everyone rotates the family holidays.
Yeah.
But that would be like, what did you do before you had your kids and before your kids had their own place? It's like, what? So as soon as your kids became adults, now they're forced to host everybody else for their
Yeah.
families. So part of me is like, I don't really think that's fair to put the pressure on your kids that they have to host. So I don't know how I feel about this, because
Yeah.
with our family, like, it kind of rotates through my aunts and uncles. And like my aunt Shelda, she gets Christmas every year. Uncle Raul and Heather, they used to do Father's Day, and now they do Thanksgiving as well. But
They do most of the
we
stuff.
used to do things. Well,
They do Easter as well.
but before you were around, we used to do that at my grandparents. My
Mm.
grandparents used to do Easter every year and Thanksgiving, but then they both passed away. So
Okay.
then that's why Heather and Raul does it. And sometimes we've gone to Shelda's for, I think we go to Shelda's for
For
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
What do we do
No.
for Thanksgiving? No, we went for Heather's. A couple years at the beginning, we went to Shelda's for Thanksgiving.
Not with me.
Not with you. It was
Okay.
right at the beginning. So that's where it's like she had her kids and then she forced her kids to do holidays. I don't know if that could be forced on someone. Like, but I can
Yeah.
also understand the other family members being like, well, we host this one, so it is fair in the rotation of like, yeah, you guys get to come to our house all the time and we always have to host. So, but I feel like it would also matter too of like, how does she help when she's at your
Mm.
place? Like, you know, I can't host, but is she helping bringing lots of food and cooking and stuff? So I do think in this situation, it's more of like Claire just doesn't want to help. And that's probably what the main issue is. Because I feel like if she was the type of person, like, she stays and she helps clean all the dishes and whoever's hosting, she helps them out greatly, nobody would feel negatively towards her that she needs to host. They probably feel like she needs to host because
She's not picking up her slack.
she never helps when
Yeah.
anybody else is hosting. So that's probably why they feel that way.
Probably. And yeah, you make a good point. Like, you can't just force someone to host when they don't want to host. Like, that's unfair. But I think in this situation, she was saying, we'll switch and I will host Thanksgiving.
That's true. She said, I will host Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
She committed and now she's backing out. So that also on that aspect, I'll change and I'll say not the asshole, because you did promise to do it and then you're backing out and just making up excuses last minute. So I'm going to go not the asshole anymore. But if she
So
didn't,
justified?
yeah, justified. And it's still kind of petty. I don't know.
Okay, top comment. Let's see if your mind changes. Info. Have you ever had a conversation about coming to a compromise or seeing why Clara is so adamant about not hosting? For example, do the rest of you have spouses that can help while Clara is single? Does she have small children while the rest don't? Or maybe Clara just has a personality where hosting is rough on her. If I were you, I'd have this honest conversation and see what middle ground can be reached. For example, in my family, my parents always host for holidays because they have the biggest, nicest home and because they live near other people they'd like to invite. But my sister and I often go over a few days early, do the cleaning, shopping, and cooking, and make things as easy on my parents as possible. And when there are outside guests, we take on hosting duties as well. I'm just surprised that you jumped to ostracizing Clara for the holidays without figuring out a way for her to contribute without hosting. If she's only willing to take in all aspects, that's one issue. If the only thing she's not willing to give is hosting, though, if you love her and want to spend time with her, wouldn't you want to at least try and figure something out?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, wouldn't you want to try and figure something out? So that's why I feel like there's something that OP is not saying in her post of like backstory of like, I feel like OP feels this way because Claire doesn't help in any way, shape, or form. So
OP replies, I am the OP. I was using incognito tab and X'd out. I can't get into my old email to reset password. I will keep trying. I have asked and she claims she wants to host. We have asked her to bring things before, but she also does not do that. None of the kids are married. One does have a longtime girlfriend, but everyone is on their own. No kids, and she doesn't have a personality that would make it difficult to host. She also didn't give a reason.
she didn't really go that deep into anything.
Yeah, she also didn't, like, I feel like we need to know the reason why Clara doesn't want to host. Why she keeps bringing up excuses. Like, there has to be a reason.
Sounds like she didn't have a genuine conversation with her.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not willing to have a genuine conversation with her and get down to the bottom, then you're kind of the asshole.
So that top comment then edited their response and said, after seeing OP's response, not the asshole. And their overall vote is not the asshole.
I don't know.
I
I'm just
know.
not all the way there. It's kind of petty.
It's like, I don't know, like, can you imagine, like, your aunt and uncle being like, no, it's coming this year because no one offered to host Thanksgiving instead of us.
I think the difference is, though, she said she was going to do it, and then she backed out because they swapped. So.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we've never hosted before. Well, we kind of have. I like hosting.
We hosted Friendsgiving.
We did. And we've hosted.
In our tiny condo.
We've
8
hosted
people.
that before as well.
Yep.
I like hosting.
You like hosting.
I do.
You don't really do much.
I like people coming to my place.
Okay. I like hosting. I like preparing, cooking, and everything.
Right. You like the cooking and stuff. I don't like cooking, but I like hosting. Like, if it was up for me and you didn't want to cook, I would say, let's just pay somebody to cook food for us, but, like, let's still host. Let's get catering brought in. Like, I hope that when we build our place far, far away from Toronto, we can host something. It will be a challenge, though, because we will literally be near no one, and we'll be really far away from everybody. So I will want to host, but I don't think anybody will want to come.
Unfortunately.
Man, why are we doing that? We're closer, guys. We're closer. It's November. December's coming. Property should be coming into our names in January. Then it's time to get the house plans built, get approvals, mortgage approvals, town approvals. It'll be full blown.
All the bells and whistles.
Yep.
I think Luna wants to get down.
No, she always goes the other way when she wants to get down.
Oh, look at her. Going the other way to get down.
It's because you talked it into existence. Bye, Luna.
Cutie.
Now she'll just stare at us.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Yup. Yes, sirree, Bob.